My name's Deidre Sirianni, and what I do is I help people step into their highest purpose and self and dissolve any physical, mental, emotional, and energetic barriers that are preventing them from living a life of more fulfillment and making the biggest impact in the world. Now, what has led me to become who I am or where I am today? Well, to be completely honest, a lot of trauma, a lot of mistakes, a lot of not living in my truth for almost 3 decades is what brought me to do the work that I do today. So when I was younger, I was with someone of my family had an addiction, and naturally when that happens in childhood, it's very common for people to separate from their true self and operate out of alignment with who they really are. So when I was young, I started to live a dual life, and I was a girl that was always smiling and friends with everyone, but I didn't let people get too close to me for fear that they would see that I wasn't doing as well as I was pretending. And naturally, this continued into my adulthood. I got married. I got really good at checking things off of the list because I thought it was going to make me happy. But no matter what goal I accomplished, no matter what I did, I kept asking myself this question: is this it? Is this really what love is supposed to feel like? Is this really what success is supposed to feel like? Is this really even my life? Because on a deep level, I felt like I had created a life that wasn't even my own. And so from not listening to the universal signs, my body telling me I wasn't living in alignment with my truth and shoving down my intuition, I got really sick. I manifested psoriasis almost all over my body. I had extreme social anxiety despite being in front of hundreds of people a day with my career. And everyone from the outside looking in thought I had the perfect life. They thought I was the happiest person they knew. But the truth was I was distracting myself with things outside of me to avoid dealing with what was going on the inside. When we don't listen to our intuition, when we don't listen to the signs over and over and over again, guess what? They get louder. They start screaming. So this is what happened to me. I hit my rock bottom moment. It wasn't the anxiety. It wasn't the depression, the vision of having a vision of killing myself. It wasn't a lot of the signs that were coming forward. It was me losing a chunk of hair, followed by a message from my soul that said if I didn't change my life in the next year, I would die of cancer. And I took that really seriously because my body was shutting down. I manifested all of these challenges from not listening, and I know that I wouldn't be here today if I didn't change my life. It brought me down the path of studying with shamans, going to all of the personal development workshops, doing all of the things, and I noticed that there was a gap. I noticed a lot of the things that were out there that were being offered tried to box people in. I felt boxed in. I was like, these people don't understand me. There's more rules. There's more rules of how I have to be, and in this world of rules and having to be someone that you're not, I was sick of it. And so I created this program. I've been blending the metaphysical world, so metaphysics, universal laws, and the practical, and this soul connection that I have with people, this ability to create accelerated results so that people can move through trauma, they can move through their blockages at an accelerated rate, because the truth is we don't have a lot of time. And I had this feeling inside of me, and a lot of my clients do, of time is running out. I've had many clients come to me before working with me and say, I feel like time is slipping through my fingers and I don't know what to do about it. And this is how I felt. And I had to leave a life behind that wasn't my own in order to find out who I am. I did it the hard way. And I've seen so many people get sick, physically, mentally, emotionally, and slowly die over time until they don't know who they are. And my mission is to wake up as many people as possible to their true selves. I, for 3 decades, lived a lie, and it almost killed me from not living in my gifts, from not living my truth. And I really believe that the root cause of all suffering on earth is unhealed trauma, is not dealing with the stuff that has happened. And it creates a lot of separation on earth. It creates a lot of problems. And I really want to support more people to move through this quickly and not go through the pain and suffering that I did and many people go through. The people who have influenced me on this journey have been a lot of mentors. My brother, I remember when I was not listening to my truth, him calling me out on things and not wanting to see him because I didn't want to face what was going on. The people around me, 100%, having the right mentors and coaches on my team has been a game changer, and the shamans that I've worked with, and I was really out of touch with my intuition, with my deep self. So that work was huge, is really having people in my court who I've met who have been like, yeah, I don't believe you, go deeper, sit with it. And a lot of sitting with people who are very wise and letting go of control, because the truth is I thought that I knew everything, but I wasn't happy. So if you're not happy, if you feel stuck, if you've got stuff going on, you have to give it over to someone. And for me, it was working with shamans. It was working with different people and seeing what worked and what didn't work, and different seminars I went to. So a ton of mentors, a ton of teachers, and a lot of, time. Time has been a big teacher for me too. So if I were to give one tip in order to find your purpose or speak your truth or really uncover what it is that you really want to step into in the future, if you're in an in-between stage, which I think a lot of us can be in, and that's the place where we lose the most amount of energy, personal power, and also self-expression, is to write a list down of everything that you are not. That's a great place to start. I know for me on my journey and many of the people I've supported, it's about starting off with things that are not you, and through removing those things and the areas and people and places where you don't feel empowered, where you don't feel you are your true self, you're going to start to collect some data. And through that data, hopefully you can assess that and see what aligns with you and what doesn't. And through the elimination, you'll have more space to call in more of what you want. And if it's on speaking your truth, notice the areas where it doesn't feel safe and ask yourself those deeper questions. Why does it not feel safe? What do I want to express? Is it the wrong environment? Is it a person that can't hold space to me? That can be a thing. And start eliminating it. That's what it was for me, is leaving a life behind that wasn't fully my own. And it was one of the most courageous things that I've done. And so I would start off with the elimination diet. Kind of like if you're allergic to something, you eliminate some things. You're like, I don't know if that feels good. And then reintroduce it and see how it feels. And your body always knows. So listen to your body, give yourself space and time to feel into it. And that's what I'd recommend.